What's up and welcome back, guys. I am your host, GeekNerdy, and today I want to talk about reading and comprehension. Um, well, good morning, first and foremost. Good morning, everybody. Um, I know that myself, I have issues with letting my emotions out, letting myself be myself all the time. And I don't think people understand the basic concepts of reading and comprehension. And no, I'm not talking about reading a book or comprehending like what words mean. Well, yeah, I mean, that's important too. But at the same time, reading and comprehension is not just about reading a book and comprehending what it means, how to read between the lines, all that type of information. It's, I'm talking about the deluxe version of reading and comprehension. I'm talking about the version where, you know, it's not elementary anymore and you're not just learning the basics anymore. We've been through middle school, we've been through high school, some of us have been through college. So if you don't know how to read and comprehend people by now, I feel like that's a real big issue. But the thing is that we have different types of people out here to where their reading and their comprehension is totally different. To me, I feel like there's like the Cliff Notes people who feel like, oh, well, I know enough and I can base how I feel about you off of just what I know, which is enough. And sometimes people don't understand that what you know, it being a Cliff Notes person, what you know is not enough because you haven't read the whole book. You don't know the whole person. So you can't comprehend how that person acts and reacts to certain situations, how that person will comprehend how you yourself are acting towards them, because you might not understand that sometimes they lock their feelings away and they may seem cold and distant, but at the same time, they're sitting there listening to you rant about your emotions or feelings or experiences. But when it comes to them, it's like you have the Cliff Notes version, and as long as you're, you know enough, then you'll be fine with just giving them just enough. Because if you're a Cliff Notes person, you're fine with giving people just enough instead of actually reading them, comprehending them, and giving them valued feedback. Um, and then to me, we have the people who kind of are like Cliff Notes people, but what they do is read your book, take out the pages that they like, and add it to their book. And it's like, okay, well, these are like the type of people where you have conversations with them, and then before you know it, they're like saying stuff that you say. They basically, I put it like this: they are reflection people. They reflect things that you do and say and act, but then when it comes time to actually comprehend you, they have nothing to give at all. They're quiet. So those are the type of people that they'll ask you for assistance. Let me put it this way: these are the group project type of people. So you know how you have those people in the group project to where, okay, you have that person that's working hard, they want the A. I'm that type of person. And then you have the person that's, oh, we in a group, I'm gonna chill. To me, that's the reflective type of person, because I mean they may seem like they're not paying attention or whatever, but what they're gonna do is retain the information that you're talking about or saying, and you're gonna think that they're providing feedback, but they're not. They're just reflecting what you're saying back to you and making it seem like, oh, okay, well, what you said is valuable, but I didn't learn anything. So I'm just gonna reflect what you said back, make you think about it more, and make you resolve it your own self. Those are the types of people that struggle to comprehend other people and their emotions and feelings because they are reflective. They try and make you understand and comprehend it yourself so they won't have to do the work or assist you with it. I mean, yeah, it's valuable at the end of the day to have somebody in your corner that can make you think and reflect things back on you, but at the same time, you need feedback. And if that person can only make you think and not actually provide feedback or outside information to help you comprehend and understand the destination that you're trying to arrive at. Like, some people don't get that. It's the type of person that, okay, you're driving the car, but then they're in the passenger seat, supposed to be giving you the GPS instructions, but it's like, okay, oh, my bad. There's no my bad when somebody's supposed to be giving you GPS instructions. Like, I need it before I get there. I don't need you to reflect the information at me like right before I get to where I'm supposed to be getting. Like, if I'm supposed to turn right in a mile, I don't need you to tell me that I'm supposed to turn right before the turn comes. That's not how that works. People, so we got the Cliff Notes people, we got the reflective people, we got the big heart people, which is like, I'm kind of one of those, the big hearts, that if I'm in a group project, I want to A for myself. So I'm not really worried about what anybody else wants. So I'm trying to get the A. If you're going to help, then I'd rather you help. But if you're not, then I'd rather you just, go, just move out the way so I can get the right answer for myself. And I feel like me and my second oldest niece, we had a conversation yesterday. I hope my lips are not ashy because I feel like I keep licking them and they're dry. Me and my niece had a conversation yesterday about being a kind-hearted person. And I don't think people really understand where kind-hearted people come from. They're doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. Not because you're their friend, you're their parent, sibling, none of that. It's because they're being kind, and sometimes that kindness, it turns into obligation. And people feel like, oh, you're obligated to me now because we're friends, or you're my child, or you're my sibling, and this is something that you usually do, so you're obligated to doing these things for me. And I don't think people understand that kind-hearted people are just being kind. We don't have to be kind. And I think that's what a lot of people have issue with, is when you're a kind-hearted person, majority of the time, you're saying yes. And then people get used to that. And then when you finally want to say no, or want to have time for yourself, or disappear, it's like it's a big issue. Okay, but weren't you just MIA last week? And now I'm supposed to be showing up for you, but you were gone last week. You were MIA. You were like non-existent for me and what I was going through. But now that you have an issue, or now that you want to be friendly, it's time for me to come and entertain you. Sometimes when you're a kind-hearted person, you feel like you're basically the jester for a king. People feel like they're king and queen, and you're just here to make me laugh or here to make me feel better instead of reading and comprehending the situation. Because if we're in a friendship or any other type of relationship, mother, daughter, whatever, parent, child, sibling, then that relationship is built between me and you. So if you go MIA, there is no me and you for that time. And then you show up, and then all of a sudden you expect there to be a me and you when you weren't even here. It was just a me thing. Me solving all my situations by myself, me going through everything that I have to go through by myself. But then when you want to be a friend or want a friend or going through something, then that kind-hearted person is supposed to show up for you and provide the help and assistance that you need. But that's not the thing. Like, when you're kind-hearted, helping and assisting people is something that you just generally do. It's not because you're my friend or family or anything like that. Like, I hold doors for people. I try to speak to people. I don't know. I'm a helpful person because that's how I was raised. I don't know any other way to put that, because maybe it's just in me to be a helpful person, because I can't say because that's how I was raised, because my siblings are totally different from me. We're all totally different from each other. And the thing is that some of us are not as kind-hearted as others. Some of us put self first, and then the kindness is just like a follow-up, maybe. Oh, well, I want to be kind today, so don't get used to this. Or oh my god, oh, never mind. That is so funny because that sounds like somebody. Oh, but it is crazy to be a big-hearted person. And then I don't know, is there a fourth type of reading person to me? We got the cliff notes, we got the reflector, we got the big heart person that actually wants to read the whole book, understand it, comprehend it, digest it, break it down, rework that bitch to make it work for their lives and other things that's going on in their world. Honey, baby, see, that's why I be depressed. I'm always thinking, breaking shit down, trying to understand where someone is coming from. And sometimes you get so frustrated and so broken down and so decimated, basically, that there's nothing left of you, and that's how you feel depressed. Like, if I'm always being nice to A, B, C, D, E, F, G through Z, baby, my letter will never come up, because all the other letters are who I'm helping, or who I'm trying to understand, or who I'm trying to comprehend, who I'm trying to make sure that I can be ahead of the situation instead of behind the situation. Like, I'm a detailed oriented type of person. Like, I know a lot of people don't do this, but like the handbooks that your jobs give you, I read those. I read those because I want to understand and comprehend where y'all trying to come from before I start working here. Because if I start working here and then all of a sudden the rules seem to change based off the people and not the actual book, then I'm like, okay, maybe I don't want to work here. I think that's like a big problem for me and why I don't keep jobs, because I get somewhere and I feel like eventually the money is not enough. Like, I'm over here, I'm doing my job, I'm reading, I'm learning, I'm comprehending, I'm trying to get better at this, A, B, C, D, F, G. I'm going to be the best person at the job that I can be. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how much work I have to do. Baby, I done did all types of jobs. I done did havoc work for my best friend's uncle, climbing on top of roofs. I am afraid of heights, baby. I'm putting a ladder up and knowing I have to climb up this ladder to get on this roof to work on this AC. But I don't care because it's my job. If I agree to do something, I don't care how scared I am of it. I'm going to go do it. Just like my best friend, he loves to go to amusement parks. That's not my thing. I'm afraid of heights. And then fast speeds at that, baby. I used to, when I was younger, I would just close my eyes and like ride the rides because I know it's considered to be a fun experience to feel the thrill, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I mean, it's fun afterwards, but while I'm on the ride, it's not fun. But now that I'm older, I just get on the ride and open my eyes and just ride. If I'm meant to die on that ride, then I'm just going to, I mean, it's meant. So let me open my eyes and experience and actually try and have the fun that other people have on the rides. Instead, like when I was younger, I would be thinking like, oh my God, I don't understand why people like this. I'm on the ride thinking this with my eyes closed. And I'm just like, this isn't fun to me, but I always want to experience things that other people say is fun. I've never been the type of person that's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Unless I know for a fact that there's something that I don't want to do. Even though I'm afraid of heights, baby, as a kid, climb on roof, jump out the roof, like, these are things that scare me, but they're not scaring me to death. I can still go do it. So not only that, climbing on top of roofs and stuff, I had to climb up under houses. I am so claustrophobic, y'all. When I'm in the bathroom, using the bathroom, the curtain cannot be pulled because I have to pull the curtain back so I can feel like the room is bigger. Because if the curtain is pulled and I'm sitting on the toilet using the bathroom and I can't breathe, then I can't use the bathroom. So I have no, pull this curtain back. And I done went up under houses with spiders, crickets. Like I don't do bugs like that. Like, I mean, spiders are not the scariest bug for me. Crickets, I know crickets can't do nothing to you, so that's not really scaring me. I just don't like the feel of bugs. But a cockroach, baby, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't do nothing until I know that bitch is dead. But back to the subject, reading and comprehending people. We have to learn how to read people better, y'all. We really and truly do, because if you're not paying attention to someone and comprehending who that person is, then the relationship you have with them is fake. To me, the relationship that you have with them is fake. Because if you're just in it because they provide you some type of support in some type of way, then that's not the type of friendship that you should have, or relationship that you should have with that person. If they only, if you feel like they can only provide you support and you can't help support them, like when it's time to break it down and have a civil adult conversation, and you feel like, oh, well, I don't really have anything to provide, or, yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't have did that. Like, when people give you the most basic of basic resolutions to stuff and basic answers to stuff, like, baby, you don't know me then. Like, I need you to dig just a little bit deeper, comprehend where I'm coming from, baby, and get it through your head that I need real information real solutions, not just basic stuff that you can tell your kid. If you can tell your kid them same answers and it's just simple and easy for them, then that's different. But as an adult, situations are never just simple and easy. That's why you have to learn how to read people and give them valued feedback. Because if you can't do that, then you can't provide them anything that they need. You're not a valuable resource to them. So why should they be friends with you if all the value part is going towards you? Because once again, going back to that group project, if you're the only one in that project that's doing the work, then at the end of the day, yeah, you'll get an A, but so will the other people in the group for doing nothing. Why do you deserve the A if you didn't help me get to the resolution? Why do you deserve my friendship when you didn't help me? Why do you deserve my attention when just last week you were MIA? Like, people don't comprehend these things. Just because you got a boo or whatever the fuck, you got a new dog, bitch, I was here. Like, what do you mean? So you just gonna be later with boo and forget all about the person that was helping you before you found boo? Because once you and boo start going through some issues or situations, or once the dog start acting up, you're going to look for other people to help you resolve what the issue is. And like Beyonce said, like a ghost, I'll be gone, baby, because there's nothing for me to help you with. You didn't help me. A relationship is both of us helping each other. Both of us giving valued feedback when it's necessary. Both of us reading and comprehending one another. You should be able to tell when someone's situation has changed, or when they're feeling emotional, or when they're blocked off, or when they're excited or happy. You should be able to feel those things and read and comprehend those things to a point to where both of y'all are always good. Because if I feel down one day and you don't know how to resolve that issue, then, I mean, at least I want you to understand that I don't feel good or feel happy or feel, in a place to be happy or in a place to help you resolve your problems or issues. But people will still come to you no matter how you feel or what you look like or the day you had, and expect you to give your all to them. But then when it's time for you to get assistance, they vanish in the night. And it's just like, well, once again, I'm alone. If I have to resolve my own issues and then help other people resolve theirs, then I'll never have time to actually be happy. Because not only are you going through your own problems and issues, you're going through other people's problems and issues as well and helping them resolve what's going on with them. But yes, guys, I think that should be the end of this video, because the reading comprehension of people is something you can't just understand overnight. Reading people is just like reading a book. You have to read them thorough. Sometimes you just have to sit back and look at them and pay attention and be quiet to understand them. Listen to them on their phone calls. Listen to them when they talk to their friends or mother or friend or family members and stuff. Because everybody talks different when they talk to different people. And to understand someone fully, you have to see where they're coming from when they speak to their mother, or when they speak to a sibling or a nephew or niece or something. You have to comprehend that they're coming from a different place each time. And all of those places is what makes the book that you're supposed to be reading and comprehending. Because I know sometimes people may seem childish, but then other times it's like they're the most adult person you've ever seen. Just because someone on a video game all day does not make them a child. What makes you a child is the fact that you can't read and comprehend other people. Because kids don't know how to read and comprehend other people because they're still learning. If you're an adult and can't read and comprehend other people, then you're still learning as well. You can't feel like you have all the answers if you're still learning. Everybody is. Nobody has all the answers. Nobody's going to be right all the time. And you shouldn't feel like you can be. Well, guys, GeekNerdy out. I appreciate you for watching. Hopefully, you got some value tips from this, because people in my family don't like to read me and comprehend me and get where I'm coming from sometimes. And so I have to make videos like this to get my point across to other people. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.